Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Saggy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Hierophant card, right? What new level are you ready to start unlocking, right? I like to look at this card sometimes as the energy of initiation, and so this suggests that there is a new level for you of some kind that you are reaching to become a part of or to tap into. Now, what I will also say, in terms of this card, sometimes it can see us having to interact with a larger institution in some way, shape or form. Local government, local authority. You know, this could be one of those weeks where you're having to sort of trudge through some sort of paperwork in order to get something done, or in order to take something to a specifically next level. But it does feel like here, for a lot of you, this is about you trying to unlock or access a new level of something. For those of you that are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. And for those of you that are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options, you've got the Two of Pentacles. So it may very well be a financial institution that you're interacting with this week, right? So maybe you are, yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, this could be a week where you're starting to look at the money that is available to you, or the funding that's available to you. Whatever it is that you're trying to get off the ground, there is growth here, but it is going to be slow, steady and sustained. There's nothing overnight about this. Now, the other thing with that Two of Pentacles as well, it's going to see you really looking at your decision making, and it might as well, for some of you, maybe this is you starting to think about things in a bit more of a, I don't want to say like a serious way, but it kind of feels like you're getting a bit more background on something that you're trying to do, or something that you're almost like something that you're trying to create. Do you know what I mean? Like, so maybe this is a time where you've said, okay, you know what, I want to start my own business. And whereas before it's been like this really exciting sort of concept and idea, now you're starting to really get into the nitty gritty of it. What is it that I'm going to need to do in order to make this a reality? This could be you signing paperwork, signing documentation. Maybe for some of you, this is looking at permits if your, you know, business or whatever requires that. The other thing with that Two of Pentacles as well, because this is about what you do. This is you very focused on the budget, revising the monies, paying attention to what it's going to take on the material level to really make something happen. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Devil card. So this is a lot of earth energy here, right? You've got the Hierophant card, earth energy. You've got the Devil card, Capricorn energy. You've got the Two of Pentacles, earth energy, right? I will say this does bode very well for your long-term plans and commitments, but when it comes to communications, especially here with the Hierophant card, you may find that you come up against something that seems to be a bit of an immovable barrier, right? So maybe you get a knockback of some sort, maybe you get a kickback of some sort. For some of you, very possible. This isn't a no, it just means you may have to find another way through, or you may have to find a way to circumvent or circumnavigate something. Meaning, you know, if you're not getting the answers that you want from a certain department, go over their heads, right? Go straight to the top, straight to the source. If you find that you're already interacting with the source and you have a problem there, then you're going to have to start thinking about getting creative. For those of you that work for somebody else, I gotta be honest with you, I don't like the look of your management structure. Like, whoever it is that's in charge, it does look like there's either yeah, you know, I'm sat here censoring myself. It does look like there may be some sort of corruption, or maybe some sort of nepotism or favoritism that's going on, and it looks like you're having to work really hard and smart in order to say, okay, you know what, how do I get around this? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're having to really think about what you say. Like, it's really weird. I kind of feel like you're having to play by the rules, but they're not, right? And you're having to do this in like a way that kind of has you saying, okay, you know what, I can find a way around this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can find a way around this. And you're not breaking your integrity, you're not breaking the law or anything like that, but you are determined to win. And I kind of feel that you will. When it comes to those of you that are business owners or entrepreneurs, this is red tape, right? And it's old, outdated, some old way of doing things or old method of something, and it's like, you know what, this is completely antiquated. And I kind of feel like you're on a bit of a mission with it. It's like, you know what, I will overhaul this myself so that the next person that comes up after me doesn't have to deal with this crap. You know, like, it's like whatever you're doing, you know, it will go beyond you, right? And you know, what a very humble, a very noble way of doing something. For those of you that are retired or no longer working, this week I would be very, very conscious of be very conscious of the battles you choose to fight, especially on a verbal level. And the reason I say this is the chances are there may be some words spoken this week that are, I mean, on one hand, this could be a conversation from an issue of antiquity in your family, or maybe even to do with your professional sphere. But I kind of feel like once it's spoken, there's not really going to be any kind of going back over it. Do you know what I mean? Like, this kind of feels like the last time something will be addressed. So make sure that you get out of your, you know, off your chest what you need to. For your love and relations, you've got the Justice card. So you've got quite a lot of balanced energy here on this side. It's everything else on the other side that we're a bit like, okay. So you got the Justice card underneath the Two of Pentacles. I would, when it comes to partnerships, relationships, etc., if you and your partner are working on something together that's going to require a lot of funds, I would make the decision together, right? Now, it kind of seems obvious that I would say that, but what I will say to you is, I kind of feel like you're driving things in a certain direction and your partner might have more cautions or questions then they feel like they have answers at this moment in time. So it's really important that you make sure that the give and take is there. There's definitely some sort of paperwork, some sort of documentation, possibly, and or a legal situation that is being dealt with as a collective. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I just feel like you might come up against a few more roadblocks or speed bumps than you expect, which isn't necessarily, well, I say it's not a bad thing. Sometimes those detours and those setbacks are actually, you know, a universal wing, just kind of saying, ease up, all right? You're going to be all right, but it's not right now, okay? When it comes to you, those of you that are single, if you are connecting with someone this week, they're likely to be very different from you. And, you know, usually they say opposites attract. I feel like that's there for a while. It could be very hot, very heavy, very, you know, almost even like a little bit taboo. Beyond that, I kind of feel like you both be biting off more than you can chew. All right. So just be very conscious and wary of what it is from the offset. All right. For your money and materials, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is nice. So a Capricorn woman features for you in some way, shape or form. Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign woman, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Devil card right above, Capricorn woman. Could be just an earth sign that, you know, has a lot of Capricornian energy or has a Capricornian outlook on things. But this is you really looking at the money, looking at the finances, looking at the resources, paying attention to the money. What is it going to take to get this done? What is it going to take to get this over the line? What is it going to take to make this what I know it could be, right? There's a lot of considerations here. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, for me, this is the digestive system. But with this much potential Capricornian energy, I would say look after your bones this week as well. And then when it comes to your home and environment, honestly, the Queen of Pentacles kind of feels like you're about ready to start packing up. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know what, if I'm not allowed to do what I want to do to this place that I live in, fuck it, I'll go elsewhere. And it looks like a lot of you might be reaching that point of exasperation. For your full moon message, right, straight out the gate of this week, we've got a powerful full moon in the sign of Cancer, which is nice. You got gate 29 and perseverance. I love it. The cards always do have such a sense of humor. It's about as self-explanatory as it gets, right? That full moon is let me have a look. I just want to make sure that I get the house right, because Mercury is retrograde, so I'm not going to do it to myself. So Mercury's the full moon is going to take place in your I believe it will be taking place, yeah, Mercury, sorry, the full moon's going to be taking place in your 8th house, right? Now, the fact that you're having an 8th house full moon, this is putting a spotlight on money, finances, resources, particularly shared money, resources, money that you get from banks, money that you get from taxes, money that you put into bigger institutions. All of that kind of stuff is very, very focused on right now. And that perseverance card for the full moon is basically saying you're on the right track and it will go through. You're just probably facing a few more delays than you had expected at this moment in time. All right. And also you've got Venus, which is retrograde in the sign of Capricorn, which is your 2nd house. So it's not a bad transit to have, you know. That's especially for those of you that are ascendant Saggies, to a lesser degree the sun and the moon, but still a similar energy. Partnerships of a financial and or institutional level are coming under spotlight at this moment in time. So this week looks like it will be one that's filled with a lot of stuff that has this working overtime. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up, if it's not too personal. Take care, and I'll see you soon.